All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another role featuring one of my white belt teammates. And in this role, I'm specifically working on keeping back control, or getting to the back first and then maintaining back control, but also giving my opponent here a chance to get me off of his back. So right here, I open up that lapel and I'm basically getting his posture down to go for an ankle pick right here, keeping his posture nice and low. I go for the ankle and he turns his foot out and gets to his knees, which is a good job on him. I could have ran the pipe, but he turned his leg out, so I wasn't able to do so. So right here, I'm just giving him a chance to figure out what type of grips he wants and keeping my posture nice and sturdy, so he can't really figure out what he wants to do. So right here, I go for the collar drag and I start to come up on top, and right here I'm able to start getting to the back. So right here I get my hook in, and on the far side I've got my other hook in, and what I'm going to do now is just stay on the back. My whole goal this entire round is just maintain back control and also threaten a little bit of the chokes. As you can see here, I start to set up a bow and arrow. And he kind of rolls with me and I get right back to the back position, kind of pull him again, but I'm deciding to maintain the back control. So what I'm focusing on is position over submission. So right here, I'm giving him a chance to work by, figuring out what type of grips I want, but also not really threatening any type of submission. Right here, I go again for the bow and arrow, but I'm not really trying to set it up. If I was trying to set it up, my right leg would be free, or I'd free my right leg and bring it over the top of his arm and really start to settle in with the choke. So right here, he gets back to his knees and I keep the back position. So as you can see, I'm just kind of maintaining the back position right here, grabbing the lapels and staying up on him so he can't really get me off of his back. Now I'm off to the side just a little bit. My head is above his head, which is one of the key things for maintaining the back position. Right here, he tries to grab my arm and kind of straighten his leg to break that hook off, but I'm doing a good job of keeping a grip on his left arm and also keeping my hooks in and stopping him from freeing one of those hooks. So right here, I'm just kind of leaning over the top, not really going for anything, giving him a chance to work and figure out what he wants to do. Right here, I'm going to gable grip my arms right here and put pressure on the back of his neck and keep my head above his head. And right here, he's going to start to free the hook on the far side. So what I do is I abandon everything, put my weight into my hands and walk my hips backwards. What I want to do is keep my hips kind of parallel to his hips, not be too far forward so he can't buck me off, but also stay on the back so I can threaten the types of chokes and submissions that I want. So as you can see here, I'm kind of posting a lot of my hands, not really going for the collars and the lapels to set up the types of chokes I want. Like I said, I'm just kind of focusing on staying on the back, maintaining the back control, and threatening different types of chokes and submissions just to give him a chance to work. So what you're seeing here is that I'm kind of leaning to one side because I want to pull his weight over to one side. He outweighs me. I think he's like 2 weight classes ahead, so it's a little bit harder for me to kind of pull him over. But what I'm working is just kind of getting him over, staying on the back, and giving him a chance to fight the grips and figure out how he wants to escape right here. So what he's doing with his right leg is trying to free the hook, my left hook, but I'm able to kind of push that leg down and threaten the chokes and the submissions with my hands, and also keep his feet from freeing the hooks with my feet. So as you can see, I'm kind of gripping his arm with my right arm to his right arm, kind of like making sure that that arm is not in place so he can't defend the choke. And I'm kind of pulling the lapel, as you can see, and then grabbing the arm again and kind of just keeping him staying glued to his back, pretty much using his back as a backpack, or I'm his backpack actually. So right here, he tries to roll to the other side to free the hook, and I just follow him the entire way. We're gonna hit the wall right here, but I'm still going to stay on the back. And right here is where we're going to kind of reset, because there are 2 black belts going, and 2 black belts trump a white belt and a purple belt. So we're going to reset, and instead of just going right back to the back, we're going to stand up. I'm going to allow him to stand up, and we're going to just reset because I stayed on his back for pretty much the entire round there. So right here, we're going to slap bump once again. And I'm just going to establish the grips that I want, but I'm not really going to go for a takedown yet. So now that I realize his head is super low, I kind of drag him down. I could have grabbed that leg right there, but I decide to stand back up and go for the collar drag. He does a good job of going forward, but not allowing me to get the back position. And he kind of starts to try to grapple from his knees. And I'm decided that I'm going to sit to the half guard position. And now that I'm looking at the time, there's not a lot of time left. So I'm going to transition from the half guard into the closed guard right here. I'm going to free my leg, wrap the closed guard, and I'm going to just threaten his hands a little bit. Since his posture is kind of broken down, I'm going to start grabbing his hands. I'm not really trying to take the back or go for anything right here because there's not enough time. I almost go for the sweep position right there, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of the roll. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the roll. Like I said, in this roll, I was kind of just working on maintaining back control, but also threatening chokes and submissions just to give my white belt opponent a chance to feel what it's like when someone just stays glued to your back, but also give him the opportunity to work on his back defense and also work on my timing for the back attacks. Again, that's how I like to roll with white belts. I don't like to just go, you know, my A game, competition game, and just thrash them and not give them a chance to work and figure out how to escape certain positions. So that's why I wasn't really going for any of the attacks or the submissions there. Again, one of the takeaways is just position over submission. There were a few times where I was leaning too far forward trying to go for the submission, and I decided to reset everything and maintain the position instead of going for the submission. As long as I maintain the position, I know that the submission is going to be there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for supporting the channel. It truly does mean more than you know, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.